So you like that, huh? Over 5 years on this platform posting original songs, and it's Let's Play content that takes me to 1K subs and beyond? Well, first of all, thank you all so very much. Really, I appreciate you watching the videos I put out and engaging with them. Knowing that I made your day just a little more entertaining is worth more than sub or view count. Speaking of which, I'm just 35k subs away from lapping my wife's channel. If you like the idea of raising, showing, and, eating real-life pals, you should watch her videos. As for things on my end, well, I have to keep going now, don't I? Last time on the No Pal run, I was able to get a steady AFK logging operation going to afford a makeshift handgun and enough course ammunition to take down Zoe and Grisbolt, without catching, purchasing, rescuing, or hatching a single pal. I honestly thought no one would watch, and I was counting on it being a one-and-done type deal. But all of your feedback, encouragement, and criticism has called on me to continue this experiment. I still don't believe that it can be done without adjusting world settings or cheating, which I'm still not willing to do, because it doesn't prove anything. This is still about setting and achieving short-term goals. So I'll try not to get discouraged by what feels like a hopeless long game. In this no-pal run, my task is to defeat Lily and Lylene at their Syndicate Tower without using any pals. I say pals as in the monsters that have entries in the pal deck that must stay empty. That distinction will be important later. Most, if not all of you, already know where this is going. Let's continue. I didn't get lucky or leave anything to chance with Zoe and the Grizz. They were easily taken down with a makeshift handgun and with plenty of time left to spare. But they had only 30,000 HP. I knew the rest of the Syndicate leaders would have way higher health pools and take less damage from my weapons with each fight. I knew that I would need a much better firearm going forward, and I knew how to get one. It was just gonna suck getting there. The suckiest of which was getting more HP for myself. Without being able to catch pals, I had to spam build the crumbling wall to level up, and even then I foolishly dumped all my skill points into work speed. I would need more skill points to funnel into health in order to stay alive for the difficult fights. So it was back to the crumbling wall until I hit level 49. Why not 50? Because by level 40, I already wanted to knock back a Kurt Cobain cocktail.
I'm tired, boss.
I figured 24 extra points into health was good enough. I think it's about time we said farewell to the crumbling wall. Rest in pieces. For the remainder of this experiment, I'm going to need a heck of a lot of bullets, so I will need to sell a heck of a lot of wood. One chest full of wood probably won't get me there, so I filled several. By the way, the game just got a patch that made it possible to move around still while over-encumbered. That would have helped a lot earlier, but better late than never. As welcome as that addition is, it's not enough to get me over this darn staircase! I get stuck every time, and I tried both. No dice. The best way, for now, was to drop the load when I got stuck, pick it up, and keep going. I bought a heat-resistant shirt and heat-resistant gear, plus a fire resistance ring, 'cause it's Gucci. Now remember when I said I needed a better firearm? If you're thinking I needed a handgun, you're halfway completely right. A standard handgun has less firepower per round, but fires faster and has 2 extra shots against its makeshift counterpart. But I'm thinking more about the long game in this instance. The standard handgun could probably do the job temporarily, but I wanted something that could carry me through at least 2 Syndicate bosses in theory. And for that, I needed
The legendary handgun.
To get it, I needed to fight that level 29 Alpha Pal Beacon. It has a chance, albeit quite low, to drop the schematics to craft the level 4 handgun when defeated. I anticipate having to fight it several times before Beacon fumbles the skemmy, and I'd come this far, so why not? I stocked up on ammo and hit the pavement, literally. Now, hear me out. I said I wasn't going to catch any pals, and I won't. But I've been getting a lot of peer pressure to force my friendship on people, and because I have no spine, I gave in. I'd never attempted to catch other people in my other save file, and I mean the game literally tells you that catching people is inhumane, but I was curious and lonely. For science! Now that I've arrived, I'll throw down a PAL box for respawn in case I whiff it. Sometimes I was able to take advantage of Beacon's AI getting hung up, turning it into a sitting duck. Other times I got dunked on. But 17 battles and 4 damaged makeshift handguns later, I finally got what I was after. I've got a golden scammy. I pumped a bird with holes so many times. Wait, how many ingots? That is astronomically higher cost than a standard handgun. I'm not phased. This is fine. If I'm going to be running with a crew, y'all need better names. I'm thinking Palbert, Palfred, and Palfons. I need 100 high-quality Pal oil, and that's what this merchant over here is for. I planned on farming Chillet last time for the ancient tech gizmos, but I opted to farm Penking instead in a scamper army for both gizmos and freeze organs. Maybe a sweet grappling hook. Now then, if you recall, I said last episode that there is a particular PAL I could farm for ingots. I'm so happy I get to follow through on the cutaway joke I threw in there. Bushi is a sword-wielding samurai PAL that drops ingots when defeated. Bushi is its English name, and it's short for Bushido, which is a traditional Japanese code of ethics for warriors. Do you ever wonder why, in anime in particular, both protagonist and antagonist have a habit of letting their opponent power up or take a moment to regain their strength for the fight when they get knocked down? I have a theory that the decision to give their opponents the right to fight at their best is inspired by the concept of Bushido. It's honorable to fight your foe at their best. It makes both defeat and victory honorable in that regard. Interestingly enough, not one Bushi that I've encountered has ever attacked me when I didn't have a weapon drawn. Might just be a cool coincidence. I've got to kill more samurai than the Meiji Restoration to afford this freaking handgun. 400-something ingots ought to do it. I'm not sure which one of you three you are, but it's convenient that y'all have the same nickname. Thanks for the assist, pal. This is still gonna take a while. Kind of funny how the game treats humans like pals. So I'm told that it is hungry. That really is inhumane. But you grown? You at least should know how to forage by now. Even with the legendary handgun in my possession, it couldn't protect me from the weather. And where I was going, I needed to stay warm to stay alive. After crafting cold-resistant gear, a mega shield, and a tin hat, I needed to run one more errand. The hike was daunting, but the views were beautiful. Go walk around without pals for like 30 minutes, you'll see what I mean. And I didn't record all of it, so you'll have to take my word for it. Fun stuff happens when you're not whizzing by overhead on a Jetragon. Bum 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 bum. Look, there's a swee in a tree, and OMG, it's got no hands! How could this be? But the swee in the tree isn't looking at me, so I'll make him into plump tree. Swee, Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese. Thank God for the cheese, baby! Yeah. I trudged through the desert so I could find the merchant at the dune shelter that sells a shirt. All of that for a shirt. I know, probably overkill, and I won't need it for this boss fight in particular, but I'm thinking ahead. Plus, the shirt is Gucci. Eat your heart out, Baron Kelvin. I'm absolutely impervious to the cold. And I'm ready for battle. This time, I'm bringing backup. I don't think my pals drew any aggro or did much to help, but it was kind of funny watching them trying to beat up their boss. The legendary handgun proved to be an effective tool in taking Lily and Lylene down in a satisfactory time frame. Besides AFK logging to afford more bullets, I'm really counting on the grind being over. I've got the weapon and the money, so I can start having fun now, right? Right? I forgot about the glider again.